Hello everybody, this is IndieGeek, and today I'm taking a look at the incredible adventures of Van Helsing. So, this is a game by Neocore Games, and it actually came out last May, so I'm not doing this, of course, because it's new. I'm doing this actually because the sequel is coming out fairly soon, so I thought it would be a good opportunity to take a look at the first game. As far as cost and stuff of that nature, I will of course link to the Steam page where you can purchase the game in the description below. It is $15 for the base game, or you can pay $20 to get the game plus all the DLC, which saves you, I think, about $5 doing it that way. So that is that. I've played roughly an hour, and I think what I'm going to do is start a new character here. So kind of show you the kind of character creation. Alright, name IndieGeek, of course. So we've got the classic monster hunter armed with blades and firearms, as well as a handful of occult powers. Let's see. So this is more in offensive spells, and then this would be more science-y. So I think maybe I'll try this one, the Arcane Mechanic. 4 difficulty levels, pretty typical for this kind of game. And then you can do hardcore. I won't be doing hardcore. I have kind of been dying a lot. But I'm going to jump into the story here. I believe there's some talking or maybe a cutscene at the beginning.
It all began with a call for help. A letter from Borgovia addressed to Van Helsing, the great monster slayer, my father. He doesn't take cases anymore, but I am a hunter too. So I set off on a journey with Lady Katarina, my remarkable companion. I'm an expert on the supernatural, and I seem to be drawn to it. Occasionally events get out of control, and then we have to leave in quite a hurry. Sometimes it's Katarina's fault. She can be quite reckless at times. Still, she always helps me save the day. And she also happens to be a ghost. My father rescued her from Borgovia, and she has been bound to serve our family ever since. Katarina often complains about it, but I think she really likes the thrill of the adventure. She is a charming soul, but she also has a darker side. Good. It comes in helpful when I'm in danger. Somewhere along the way, we slowly learned to work together. And finally, in the cold rain of Venice, we became a team. The last leg of the journey was by sea. Apart from the Kraken, the pirates, and the storms, it was mostly uneventful. I had time to ponder my mission. Once Borgovia was a dark place where monsters lived. Long ago, my father defeated the immortal kings, created a peace treaty, and entrusted the land to some enlightened individuals. What could have happened there? What could be even more frightening than the reign of monsters? The closer we drew to Borgovia, the more confusing the rumors became. The land behind the Thunderhead Mountains was wrapped in mystery. As our carriage approached the mountain pass, I had a sense of foreboding. It didn't really surprise me when I heard an explosion. The adventure has just begun.
Alright, so that is our intro scene here, which not only does a really good job of kind of getting us started on the story, and I do need to apologize here real quick. This may just be my experience with the game, but the loading times are a little long for a game like this, but that is okay. I will just kind of talk through here. But in addition to kind of giving us the kind of basic outline of the beginning of the story, it also gives us a really good insight to kind of just the tone of the game in general. And
so this is how they welcome folk around.
Okay, right. So this is, I'm going to talk over most of the rest of the dialogue, and I might actually go into options here and turn the audio down a little more even than I had it. Sorry, but I want to make sure that you can hear me. Okay. So, we obviously are here with our character, and then we've got Katarina, who helps us as well. And, as we can see, you know, it's pretty much the kind of combat that you could expect from this. You know, it's similar to something like Diablo, or more recently, like, okay, I want to actually turn the audio a little higher than that. I think sound effects, battle sounds, terrain sounds. We'll just keep the speech and music low. Torchlight, right. So, kind of in terms of gameplay between the three, because obviously, you know, there's no way to play this and not compare it to Diablo and Torchlight. So, in terms of when this was released, kind of the relevant games were Diablo 3 and Torchlight 2. And of course, Diablo 3, as everyone knows, is kind of a mess. Not really going to talk too much about that, but Torchlight 2 was very good, however. I would say, in terms of just general gameplay, it's definitely better than Diablo 3, but I don't know if I like it better than Torchlight. And that's fine. You know, a lot of that is going to come down to what kind of setting you want for a game like this, because whereas Torchlight kind of has a cartoony setting, this game does a really good job of kind of setting itself apart from the others in terms of setting. So we can upgrade here. I will, of course, get back to talking about setting stuff in just a minute. I want to take care of this upgrading. So we've got body, dexterity, willpower, luck. Leveling up gets us 5 points, as well as 3 skill points. So we can actually gain this skill if we want. And we do have like multiple, so we've also got tricks here. And we've got auras. So I think what I want to do, let's see, is maybe upgrade this, just because this is kind of our basic attack for right now. So it would be good to have that at a pretty good level. Alright, and then we will be able to move on. A couple hotkeys just to give you kind of an idea of the control scheme. Q uses a healing potion. If you look down at kind of the bottom left of basically all of our skills and stuff, so down here, those are used by 1 and 2, and those are kind of our extra skills. The yellow bars next to our health and mana is actually rage, and you build rage by killing enemies, and rage will like increase various things like your damage, stuff like that. Basically it uses the basically effects that are listed above our attack. So like this increases our blast radius, this increases well, this ignites enemies, stuff like that. So rage is something that you will want to use a lot. But kind of getting back to what I was talking about the setting, now that we are kind of a little ways into the game here and are seeing more of the setting in general, you know, it does have like a really kind of fleshed out world, and I can definitely give it a lot of credit for that. You know, much in the same way that Torchlight does. And kind of the nice thing about it is, as far as gameplay goes, it's just about on par with Torchlight. There's only a couple things that I would maybe want to see different, and they're not huge things, so it's not that big of a deal. He is not anywhere near as easy to hit
What's the matter with him?
as with my hunter character.
No,
But you know, the gameplay is not different enough that you will feel like you're missing out playing this over kind of the other options in the genre. But rather, what's going to happen is that you will just want to pick whichever one has the most interesting setting to you. And I think a lot of people are going to feel like this is the most interesting setting. So we got reputation, enough reputation to gain a perk. So let's see, plus 10% damage while at max rage. Okay, that might be good. First attack is a plus 5% critical chance. When you die, you become... Yeah, that might be good. I think that's what I want to do, the second chance. Because I have a lot of the same issues I do with Torchlight with this game, where I will die kind of often. Probably more often than I should, honestly. But that is quite alright. That happens. Excuse me. Okay, so now we have a secondary attack, which of course we use with right-clicking, just as you would expect. And we can try that out. Or not. Oh, holy cow, our secondary attack is just like a flamethrower. That is pretty intense. I like that. It's actually like a really useful secondary attack. But, yeah, I mean, as far as gameplay, you can see it's pretty much what you'd expect from the genre. It doesn't do anything, like, groundbreaking in terms of the actual combat.
This forest will swallow us whole and spit out.
But, that being said, I think the... you know, of course I mentioned that the setting is very interesting. Okay, yes, and we can actually level up our companion as well. She gets fewer points than we do, though, when she levels up, which probably makes sense. Seems pretty logical. Yeah, you know, but so along with the setting, of course, is just the fact that, like, the art style is really, really nice. I like it a lot. You know, it's actually, like, there's actually a lot of detail. It looks really, really good. Okay, again, sorry, I'm just going to skip past this. I think, you know, I think the story is probably pretty much what you'd expect. And that's not that it's bad or anything, but we are, you know, we're a monster hunter. That's basically it. We're going to go to places, get told to hunt monsters, get told to save people. You know, most of the time you're not playing these kind of games for the story so much. And, you know, I want to show off a little bit more of the combat before the video is done, but probably won't be going for too much longer here. But yeah, so setting, like I said, very, very good. The art style is also very, very good. And as well as that, the just the whole, like, sound design in general is really good. So, you know, the music, the sound effects, everything, just like the whole kind of package as far as sound design goes is really, really excellent. Alright. Again, sorry, I'm just going to skip past this stuff. I will leave the story for you to discover. You can go over here, and you know, we've got our mini-map up in the corner. As you would expect, we complete quests by heading to question marks, get new quests by going to exclamation points. Pretty standard for this kind of gameplay. And of course, like I said, I apologize for skipping past dialogue and stuff like that, but I think that that kind of thing is better to kind of discover on your own. Let's see. Yeah, I'll go ahead and increase rage some. and then we can head into the next area, and this will probably be the last area I want to show off, but I do want to show it off a little bit because this is kind of the point you could think of. To bring up like a Diablo example, this is basically leaving New Tristram. So we're kind of heading off into more of the open world, which you will definitely see as we enter Croakwood here. So, Markovia is kind of our first hub town, basically. And that's where we can, buy things, sell things, visit the smithy, all that kind of stuff. But the real kind of meat of the game, of course, is in the environments. And, I can't stress enough how nice all the environments look. It is a really, just in general, nice looking world. And, I really appreciate that. I think it's really interesting to look at. Nice, alright. So, yeah, that's pretty much going to wrap up my thoughts, though. I don't have much more to say about it. It is, I think if you are a fan of the genre and, maybe have played your way through kind of the other options in the genre, this is, it's definitely worth the pickup if you haven't picked it up already. I definitely think you should. Give it a playthrough before the sequel comes out, I believe in a month or two. I don't think it's too far off. And, this will be nice to get you ready to experience that when that comes out. But this is where I am going to wrap up for now. So, yeah, overall, I think it's really good. I think if you like this style of gameplay, but want a little bit of a different setting, if you like Van Helsing, if you like, this kind of setting in general, then I definitely say go for it. It definitely gets my recommendation. But that is where I'm going to leave this one off. So, as always, feel free to leave comments if there's anything that you would like to comment on. Subscribe to the channel to see more of my videos every single day. And if you liked this video, then please consider clicking the like button. That helps me out a lot, and I appreciate everything that you do to help. So, all of that being said, I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.